This is the exact RSI trap that 99% of retail traders fall into. They see that the RSI is overbought right here, and so they short the market. But the price continues to rip higher and higher and higher, and they get stopped out, even though the same signal here, here, and here continues to print. Then they see that classical reversal divergence, and surely this must be the top. But then it rips higher again as well, and the same divergence shows up again and again and again. If this feels familiar, it's because you've been taught how to use this tool all wrong. You've been told to just look for overbought, oversold, and that classical basic reversal divergence. But you and I both know that in a live market, that generic advice is exactly what's causing your losses. You're getting in too early, out too late, or vice versa. You're mainly getting hit with false signals. In this video, I'm not going to be giving you that recycled garbage. I'm going to deliver 3 professional level techniques to use the RSI that I guarantee you've not seen on YouTube before. First, I'm going to show you how to use the RSI to identify true market timeframes. This way you never get in too early or out too early and get left behind again. The second thing I'm going to reveal is a secret RSI insight that lets you identify exactly when a trend is changing, so you are never caught trading against the market's momentum again. And then lastly, I'm going to show you the divergence trap that everyone's falling into and how to spot the only reversal divergence that matters. This way you can maximize your profits with clean, confident exits. And then finally, as a bonus, I'll pull back the curtain and I'll show you how I synthesize these RSI methods into a full system, which combines 3 other technical components into 9 proven strategies. This will show you what a complete professional system actually looks like, because if you're using RSI by itself or with another lagging indicator like a MACD, you're falling into the famous echo trap that I'll explain in this video. Look, my genius isn't only just trading. It's synthesizing what actually works, from complex market dynamics to deep psychological frameworks, and teaching it in a single step-by-step system. Now, I've been a full-time professional trader since 2017. I've made 7 figures in profits, and I've personally invested over $217,000 in my own education to master this game. But if you've been in this industry long enough, you'll know that a great trader doesn't always equal a great teacher. The best representation of a system and a teacher is that it is duplicatable by others. And that's been proven time and time again by students with results like this, and this. It's time to become a master of the RSI so that you can start extracting money from the markets. So grab a pen, let's get to work. You're about to learn some breakthrough concepts for your trading. So I'd finally hit my breaking point looking at a journal full of literally 100% of losses for the week. And the agonizing part when I looked closer is that every single trade would have been a winner if I just timed the entry differently. So I was sick of getting stopped out right before the price ran, and I was tired of missing trades because my signal fired too late. Now, the direction was right, but my timing was off. And so I went hunting for an answer. I started with YouTube, which just recycled the same garbage, to be honest. And so I moved to books. And that is where I came across this old dusty book in particular that had a weird chapter on RSI ranges. Now, the book itself didn't connect the dots that I was about to. You see, the real edge wasn't the range itself, but how it directly correlated to the market's time frame. And this is exactly what I want to share with you guys. All right, so let's do some nerding out on RSI ranges, you guys. What we're looking at here is the weekly time frame on Bitcoin. And because RSI ranges between 0 to 100 on its scale for measurement, it creates these ranges where we range in an uptrend between 40 to 100, and then in a downtrend, we're going to range between 70 to 0. And when I talk about ranges, it requires that we have 2 peaks and 2 valleys. That's what I've highlighted here in our small green boxes. Peaks are anything when we go above 70, and valleys are anything when we come back to the 40-50 support in an uptrend. So if we take a look at this uptrend from here to here on price, we can see that on RSI, it's not ranging between 40 to 70 because it never comes back to the 40-50 pocket. This means that the weekly time frame is too high of a time frame for this trend here, and we'd want to go down time frames until we figured out the time frame where it's actually ranging on. So I'm going to drop down to a 2-day time frame instead, and we can see a much cleaner range that's starting to form out here. We can see that our 2 peaks come into play here and here, and we've got our 2 valleys as well. This valley gets a little bit extreme, dropping just slightly underneath 40. And so we could look to try and clean this up even more by going to, say, a 3-day time frame. The higher the time frame, the more this is going to get squished in towards the range that we're looking for. And if we go to a daily time frame and look at the same area here, we can see that we get several more touches into the 40-50 pocket. A little deviation of margin of error or noise can be seen with this low right here. But other than that, everything pulls back very nicely to the 40-50 pocket on the daily time frame. So this is a range here that I would consider as a daily range or a daily trend. This means that I'd be looking for all of my signals and operating all of my extension tools and so forth on the daily time frame in order to pick in entries and pick out the top on this. We can do the same thing for a downtrend as well. We can take this entire range here and we're going to look on the TDI, or the RSI I mean, and we're going to move the time frame until everything fits within that window there. So 2-day is pretty darn good here. We have one deviation is all above 70 right there, which in a more in-depth topic, you'll understand why these deviations occur. And there's another tool that will show you why it deviates and that it's okay that it deviates. But for the context of this video here, we're just simply looking at and identifying the ranges to help give us a system to know what time frame the market is operating on. And that's exactly what we're doing here. We're just simply switching the time frames around until we get the range on RSI to navigate between 70 and 0 or 40 and 100. So we can now label these. We can say this is a daily uptrend, this is a daily downtrend, and that this is a weekly uptrend. And as we zoom in, we're going to find the same to be true for each one of these areas here. We're going to be able to find ranges that these uptrends take place in and these corrections take place in. So we can see on the 2-day time frame that this is too high of a time frame because we're not getting both peaks and valleys to range completely between 40 and 100. So we'd want to drop down. We could look at the daily. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit closer here. We could argue that this is a daily time frame that we're operating on, but let's check a little bit lower, maybe 8 hours. So notice that on 8-hour time frame, notice that we're dropping underneath 40 several times. So we're ranging between below 40 and above 70. This means that we're on too low of a time frame. So somewhere between 8 hours and 2 days is going to be the sweet spot that we end up finding. Here's 12 hours. We can still see that we're still underneath the 40 mark there. 16 is very similar. And so daily is going to be that sweet spot for us. I'm going to label this as a daily uptrend. And we can do the same thing over here with our downtrend as well, where we're ranging between 70 and 0. And exactly on the daily time frame is perfect for this move here as well. So this is how we can use ranges to identify the time frame that the market is moving in so that we can prevent ourselves from being on too low of a time frame and getting in too early, and being on too high of a time frame and not getting a signal at all. So what I just showed you with RSI ranges completely transformed my trading. My timing got dialed in, but immediately it exposed the next more advanced problem here, which is how do you predict when the market is about to change timeframes? And that obsession led me to develop what I call range transitions. It's 3 specific signals that tell me the market is shifting gears. That's an entire lesson for another day, but if you want to see it, drop a comment down below with the word timeframes in it so I can gauge the demand and the interest in it. Now, a critical part of that transition is spotting when the current trend is breaking down. While I was backtesting this, I found an incredibly effective pattern, which is the RSI Trendline breaks. And they are one of the best tools for calling both trend reversals and continuations. So let me show you exactly how to use them. All right, so RSI Trendline breaks are going to be trend lines that we draw on the RSI, and when they break that trend line is when we're looking for a reversal of that trend or a correction of that trend. When we're looking for a reversal or a correction of a downtrend, we're only going to draw a trend line from the highs. And vice versa, when I'm drawing a trend line towards the upside, I'm going to be using the lows on RSI. So on the weekly time frame here, when this downtrend trend line here got broken, you can see where that would have signaled for you to look at getting in at or understanding that a trend reversal was taking place. Same thing over here, but has yet to happen, is when the 40 trend line gets broken, that is going to signal that we are correcting or we are reversing this entire trend here. We can see this take place on even smaller time frames as well. We're on a weekly time frame right now, but take a look at these highs here. And when each one of these, we have 3 touches that we're looking for, 1, 2, and 3. And when we break that right here, that same spot is this territory here. So it's a great supporting signal. It's not something that we're going to use just by itself alone, but it's very simple to read and understand. So when we're using ranges alongside this, we can see, okay, we're in a uptrend and we've pulled back to the 40-50 pocket right here, and we're looking for that trend line break, and then we get it. So that's that last and final signal right there. And when we take this and we even pair it up with reversal divergence next that you're going to see, it gets even more powerful as well. But that's only the case when we use reversal divergences correctly, which is not how most people use them, but you guys will after watching this video. We can go back and take a look at a few more as well. Here's our previous highs here. We've got 3 touches, 1, 2, and 3. And then here's our trend line break. You can see how that matches up right with the break of previous resistance as well. And we see a move to the upside. Same thing's going to be true on the upside. We're going to be pulling a trend line off of these lows here. We've got our 3 touches, 1, 2, and 3. And then it breaks here. Once it breaks off of this move here, that's the top of this rally here. We wouldn't be able to use it on this one here because there's only 2 touches though. So we're looking for 3 touches of a trend line on the RSI, and then when it breaks, that's going to be our signal that we're reversing the trend or at least correcting the trend. This can be a reversal that's back into trend continuation like I showed here, or it can be a reversal of a complete bear market downtrend and into a new bull market cycle. Play around with checking this out on different time frames as well. Anytime that we're navigating time frames, I want you to do it in multiples of 4 to 5. So for example, I'd go from a 1-hour time frame to a 4-hour time frame to a 16-hour time frame. That's the ideal jump that we want to see, where it's a big enough jump that it actually creates a difference in the data that's being delivered. When you jump from 1 hour to 2 hours, the time frames are so similar that the data difference doesn't really change much. So you're not really seeing the fractal picture or nature in the market. Now at this point, I felt like I had the RSI mastered, but one day it completely betrayed me. I was waiting for a reversal divergence to print off of a low, but it never happened and price took off without me. And my emotions got the best of me here. I got a little hot and frustrated. And the very first reversal divergence that I saw, after that, I ended up jumping in. And price obviously just squeezed up and stopped me right out. And then a second divergence printed. And I'm like, all right, this has to be the one. And so I got back in and I was stopped out for a second time. Now, I was pretty furious at this point, but a third divergence showed itself. So I went max risk again, thinking the market had to turn around, and it didn't. I sat there frustrated, asking myself, how the heck do 3 signals fail in a row? What am I missing? Well, I figured out exactly what I was missing, and I call it the divergence trap, and it's designed to lure in retail traders just like you. I'm going to show you what that is and how to never fall for it again. Let's get into the charts. The reversal trap is really easy to understand. It is simply the first reversal divergence that shows up that is still above 70 on the RSI. So notice that if we take these 2 peaks here, it gives us a reversal signal of this trend. It says this trend is done and it is going to reverse. And in a scenario like that, we would expect a much bigger correction than this tiny little correction that we get right here. If we're reversing a trend, we should be looking for the actual trend to break and get a market structure break. In this case, that would be a correction down to $54,000 on Bitcoin from 105. So it's a big underperformance when price simply drops down to 76 and then climbs back up to new all-time highs again. And the way that you clean this up is by accepting the reversal divergence that rejects at the 60 to 70 pocket. You want the new high to accompany that, but you don't want the RSI to be above 70. Remember what we talked about with ranges, and the first sign of us going into a downtrend is when RSI rejects at 60 to 70. And when that's paired up with a reversal divergence, it's a much higher and cleaner signal that our trend is actually done. And this is super important when we're down on the smaller time frames. Let's take the daily time frame for example. If we simply look at these highs in here, we can see that our first daily reversal divergence showed up between these two highs. Well, that would have ended up swinging back up and stopping you out. It wasn't a good sign that our trend was actually done. But if we take a look at our pivots that happened at the 60-70 pocket, these are much cleaner signals, getting you out at the top and seeing much cleaner signals back towards the downside as well. We can look at the same thing on the next trend to the right as well. We have these two highs that create what's known as a Class C divergence. So there's three different types of reversal divergences. Beyond the scope of this video here, we're just simply looking for Class A, regular divergence. But in this case, it's the Class C where we have a double top on RSI and higher highs on price. And this also continued reverting back towards the upside. Remember, the goal of a reversal is that we actually reverse the trend that has printed the signal. And that's not the case here. Sure, we go into a correction, but without using other components of technical analysis to tell us that we're moving into a range-bound area rather than actually reversing the trend, then the divergence is a pretty poor signal. So we can see the same thing here. Another Class C divergence between this high and this one here gives us a double top between this high and this high here. Again, it's in the 70, above the 70 zone though. We don't care about that. We want to wait until we are in the 60-70 pocket. So that's going to be this signal over here. When we wait for that cleaner signal on reversal divergence, we don't fall victim to that retail divergence trap, which is what's happening in these two previous zones back here. Especially when we're not using other components to tell you when that is reversing back up or seeking trend continuation or that your signal was premature. And that story that I shared with you is exactly what was happening to me when I was trying to short these moves here, here, and here, but on a much smaller time frame. That's when I discovered the only divergence that you should really be waiting for is the one that rejects at 60-70, not the divergences that are above 70. This alone will save you a grip of money. All right, so knowing these three things about the RSI will transform your trading like it did mine. But I've found that truly unmatched systems use 4 components of technical analysis to get ridiculously accurate results. So let me give you a glimpse into this. All right, all of TA can be broken into these 4 categories: lagging indicators, leading indicators, market patterns, and price action. Now here's the problem. Most traders fall into what I call the echo trap. They pair 2 lagging indicators like the famous RSI and MACD pairing together. And the problem is here, they aren't complementing each other. They're just giving you the same information, right? Because they're based on lagging information, which leads to flawed signals. And the real edge comes from pairing components from different categories so that they're more complementary. The system I developed, highlighted here in green, does just that. It's TDI, Fibonacci, Elliott Wave, and smart money concepts, which I've built into 9 distinct strategies that allow for circular trading to be able to maximize the most trades from the market. Now, if you'd like to learn more about this complete system, check out academy.tradethewave.com. The link is going to be down in the description below as well. And if you've got value from today's video, you guys, please hit that like button and share it with a friend or even a Discord group. Thank you so much and much love.